Yes, there was an official effort by some people in the government to actually look at this data, and there were some products produced. That's a fact. I won't go into more detail on that. But it wasn't 2027.
Okay.
And it was based upon certain observations.
Some motherfucking products produced, guys. Am I fucking right? So, I wonder if it's fiber optic technology and stuff like that we developed from this. There's been a few talk about that, but I'm not sure to the extent that it goes. Maybe all of it. Maybe we're just fucking dumb monkeys that can't do anything and we have to reverse engineer everything. But that's the pessimistic view, am I right? But anyway, welcome back, guys. Welcome back to a brand new video on the goddamn internet. Today we're going to be taking another look at Luis Elizondo. You know, we love to see this man. Seems like a very hard patriot, right? And we're going to be looking at the angle. There's been a lot of talk, 2026, like, for example, Bledsoe family. And there's been a lot of 2027. So these 2 years, I think a lot of magic is going to happen. That makes it kind of suck that we're in 2025, but at the same time, not as well, because look at what 2025 has brought us so far. So it's going to be a great year. A lot of great hype happening. A lot of great events leading up. Whether it's God, Jesus, fucking coming down on his white horse on a cloud, 2026 Easter, or whether it's fucking... you know, the alien invasion coming to probe us all. We're going to find out and we're going to cover it. So make sure you subscribe, notifications on, like, comment, share this video. It helps the absolute most. And I appreciate the fuck out of you if you do that. And last but not least, stay till the end. The best parts are there. So do you remember that this Jeremy Corbell video, right? We've covered this before and it's very notable. And I'm extremely excited to be showing this to you again. And we're going to be talking about all this info coming out. Really interesting times, 2027 ETs or 2026 Easter Jesus Christ, okay? And yeah, we're going to be covering it all. So in conclusion, grab your snacks, grab your popcorn, because we're going to be getting into it. And it's going to be a good time. We're trying to reach 500 subs, daily uploads. And let's watch the first clip, guys.
All indications, like all of them, is that that lie is going to be that there is a craft slowly making its way to us here on Earth. And that is the lie they're going to want you to believe. It's nuanced, how they explain that, the nature of that threat. But that 100% is the lie you are going to be told. You even got a date. People have been whispering a date for a long time now. I know where that lie comes from. I know specifically what document from the 70s initiated the idea of that lie. A classified document. That is the lie you will be told. You're going to be told that there is a craft on its way to Earth. That's the lie. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I sent you 2 texts today with a year. Not from me. Nope. I'm not going to propagate that lie.
So there's a random motherfucker texting this guy, and it's... who the fuck is it? So it's an intel. Or whatever, I don't even know, but very interesting. 2027, still 2 years away. Great deception, maybe real, I have no idea, but I trust Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp to a certain extent. They are both extremely nice people, very credible. Shout out Weaponized, make sure you watch that. Yeah, it's really weird stuff happening, guys. As we expected, because we are in the know. That's how we do over here, am I right? But there's a lot more about this that's going to come out. I wonder if this is like globalists that want to make a one world government type shit. I have no idea.
I mean, I'm going to have to ask 2027.
No, I don't know why people keep saying 2027.
Listen.
People are like, oh, Lou said 2027. No, I never said 2027. Stop,
Okay.
guys. I never said that. You know what happens is people in the internet have got way too much time on their hands. They will clip together interviews I have to create a false narrative.
Okay, so let me know. Then what is it? Is it Bledsoe has a hard date, by the way. He says Easter Sunday 2026 is like his date. I've heard people say 2025 is when we begin this, whatever. And like it's obviously the goalpost is going to shift depending on what's been said. Recently, Jeremy Corbell in his special, in his 3-part special, at the end of it said that the government was intending on having some mass sighting or like a giant mothership come in and that, this is going to happen. And then 2027's been thrown around. Can you, for everyone's sanity,
Yeah, sure.
shed a little bit of light on this just so we can stop being paranoid, or we can start, being paranoid?
Let me see if I can thread the needle on this.
Sure. Take your time.
I know a lot of people, this is nothing new. There's entire religions that plan for doomsday, right? The end of the world's coming. Then you have, then it's Y2K, and then, it's the end of the Aztec calendar, right? And,
So it sounds like Luis Elizondo is not too believing of these hard dates and such. Really weird. Maybe the government doesn't. I don't even fucking know. How would that text message work if it wasn't the government that has access to things like that to make them appear? I have no idea. It's all just really weird. Smokes and mirrors, right? But with all these hard dates being set, a lot of people are bound to lose credibility or not. Maybe people are just fucking chumps and stupid. But if these events do not happen on these dates, I think personally that a lot of credibility would be lost, and people that said and dismissed that this would happen would gain credibility. So it's going to be a very interesting thing to watch, and we're going to be covering all of it. So make sure you guys stay here, stay tuned, and we're going to be creating a fucking amazing community on this channel, AlienAntics, guys. Remember that name.
Now, there is some speculation, and I won't say specifics, that there may be something in later on, but the problem is I wouldn't go to the bank with it, and what the specifics are, because it's first of all, it's hearsay, and it's also yes, there was an official effort by some people in the government to actually look at this data, and there were some products produced. That's a fact. I won't go into more detail than that, but it wasn't 2027.
Okay.
And it was based upon certain observations. And again, I'm very careful because what I don't want to do is people are going to take this, they're going to hang on to these words and say, Lou said something's coming. No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that there were some people who were anticipating something happening. And it was officially considered by some people based upon certain things, and a product was written. Anything beyond that, I don't want to discuss, because I think what happens is people take that and they take it to the bank.
Sure.
And that's very dangerous.
You don't want to give any credence to something that could be untrue.
Right. I mean, look, anything can happen, right? A tornado could hit your studio in 10 minutes from now. It could.
Yeah.
It probably won't, but it could, right? So we have to be very careful. There's no such thing as absolutes.
But it's when you say something was observed that people's ears tend to perk up.
Yeah. I mean, I can't go into more detail than that, because first of all, I didn't collect the data. I wasn't part of that effort. And thirdly, that's not really for me to discuss, but I don't think people need to be, panic at the disco and, oh my God, we've been down this road many times before. Let's stop speculating. Let's stick to what we know. And if it turns out that there's a revelation based upon of us all working together on this, and fine, maybe it is what it is, but we need to make sure we don't do ourselves the injustice by predicting and predicating things. I think that's a dangerous move, and I think unless the government comes out and says something, hey, you need to pay attention to this, then we probably should focus on other things.
I mean, is that even true, right? If the government came out and said this, sure, there would be some sort of panic, some shift in philosophical belief, religious belief, etc. And it's already happening with all this coming out. I would say maybe it's even more happening more because all this stuff is coming out and the government is so distrusted and untransparent. Like, I don't even fucking know what's going on, right? If this gets announced, they could bump up their defense budgets by fucking whatever they want, because an outer space threat, a one world government could take all funds and leave people in the dirt poor and just focus on their own survival. I don't even know how this will play out.
When you calculate the speed that this thing goes by the way, it was bigger than the offshore oil derrick it was passing by, assessed to be moving between 450 and 550 knots underwater.
He reported that they have specific psionic teams taking these things, at least bringing them into range to where they can take them down. Is that something that you've been read into in the past? What would be another reason other than national security for it to be classified?
Wow. We were going to set a trap for these things. We knew that having a huge nuclear footprint in the middle of the ocean would be irresistible.
Have you seen, heard, or know of any other egg-type crafts at ATIP?
Yes.
More than one?
Boy.
Have you ever noticed, seen, heard of, or heard whispers of any type of language or symbols apparent on these craft?
Yes.
If I show you a picture, can you confirm or deny? This is an image. This is zoomed in.
This is really interesting. When I was at the Pentagon, I spent considerable time researching ancient script.
You were aware of craft that had script on it.
There's a lot
at
of
ATIP.
Yeah, it's pretty undeniable at this point.
Was it written or engraved in these crafts?
No, it was engraved. It wasn't written.
If you're holding on to that type of clear imagery, it really cements the idea that it's a planned dissemination to the public. You got to peek behind the curtain. We did not. It involves our own potential religion. It involves life and death.
Hey, for that bitch, for that bitch, for that bitch, like, hey, for that bitch, for that bitch,